My golden child sister graduated, so my parents canceled my wedding. Now they're furious that I got married without inviting them. I'm Mike, 28 meters, and lately I got engaged to Nina, 28F, my high school sweetheart. We have been together for 10 years, and it seemed like the proper moment to formally propose 2 weeks ago. Not too long afterward, we decided to have an engagement party right at our house. The celebration took place last night. The invites were delivered last week. Originally meant to be a happy event, it descended into a maelstrom of family strife. It all started when I sent invites to my immediate family, my parents and younger sister, Leonie, 26F. Leonie had recently graduated from community college at the same time I became engaged. My parents and Leonie phoned me right away upon receiving the invitations and insisted on my calling off the celebration. Not sure, I asked them why. At this point, they told me they had chosen to give Leonie a graduation party on the same day my engagement celebration was scheduled. They seemed to have not yet issued invites, although they were supposed to the same evening I sent mine. Since we had numerous relatives, they said there was contention, and one of us had to move aside to prevent a scheduling catastrophe. They wanted me to postpone or cancel my engagement celebration so Leonie's graduation would take center stage. To be very honest, my family is not especially tight. While I get along with my cousins, my relationship with my parents and Leonie has always been tense. We only interact seldom, sending birthday or holiday cards among other things. We hadn't talked about my engagement party or Leonie's graduation prior, and I hadn't known about their intentions when I decided on my date. So I said no right away when they advised me to call off my event. Though Leonie is 26 and recently graduated from community college, I do not wish to minimize her accomplishment. Getting involved with Nina, whom I have loved for the previous 10 years, marks a far more significant event in my view. Since I had already sent out the invites, I informed my parents there was no way I could be canceling. Since they hadn't yet sent out theirs, they might postpone their event if they so desired. Although that was a sensible recommendation, they were unhappy and neither was Leonie. Their response astonished me not much. Leonie has always been the golden child. And growing up, I have witnessed this partiality all the time. One really noteworthy incident comes from my early years. We held a low-key party for my 5th birthday with only my parents, a few of their friends, and some neighborhood children. But they hired a location and threw Leonie a large themed party when she turned 5. The difference persisted across our academic years. I received a basic congratulation when I finished from middle school. Leonie graduated and they threw another celebration. It was the same upon my graduation from high school and college. I knew by the time I finished my education that Leonie was chosen by my parents. After high school, I moved out and started to distance myself. Since they paid for some of my education costs, I did not cut them off entirely. But after I started working, I basically stopped talking to them and they seemed unconcerned. Neither Leonie nor I were close either. As children, we argued all the time. By high school, we stopped talking entirely. Thanks to our parents' behavior, she is somewhat different from me, in a spoilt and entitled manner. My parents constantly found reasons for her, even though she was a nuisance in the classroom and nearly expelled several times. When she informed them she wanted to join a startup instead of attending college, they never even got into an argument. Graphic t-shirts for teenagers seemed to her and her buddies as a breakthrough concept. Naturally, it failed. Yet my parents did not hold her responsible. Even money for it, which she squandered, they provided her. After some years and many failed attempts at different businesses, Leonie finally decided to go to community college to earn a business degree. My parents now wanted me to call off my engagement party so they may celebrate her graduation. I refused to do it. They accused me of being selfish and told me I was always against Leonie when I objected. I attempted talking with them to steer clear of pointless conflict, but it soon became evident they wouldn't move. Frustrated, I informed them they were welcome to host their party on the same day, but I wasn't altering mine to suit Leonie or myself. I hanged and blocked them then. For the following 4 days, I didn't hear from them once again, but I did hear from other relatives who had gotten invites to Leonie's celebration. Their perplexity about the contradicting occurrences, I told them it was their decision as I wanted to avoid involving anyone in the family issue and appreciated whatever event they chose to go to. Less people showing up for my engagement would be unfortunate, but I could not compel anyone to support my side. But things changed when I learned my parents were using a rather different strategy. One of my cousins told me my parents had been phoning and texting our relatives not to show up for my engagement celebration.